This is Wavecast Radio. If anyone's still listening, it's hard to say how long this signal will reach you. I don't know how long I've got before this building crumbles beneath me, or before the signal dies for good. It started like any other day. The sun came up, people went to work, kids went to school, life was ordinary, but then the first sign came. It was subtle at first. You might not have noticed if you weren't paying attention. Sidewalks buckling just a little, small potholes popping up in the middle of freshly paved streets. People dismissed it as the usual wear and tear, nothing to worry about, just an inconvenience. But I saw it, and I knew something wasn't right. I thought maybe it was the heat, maybe the ground shifting under the weight of all the concrete. But when I woke up the next morning, it had gotten worse. The cracks had deepened overnight. Not just on the sidewalks anymore, but on the roads too. I'm looking out the window of this high-rise, and I see it. I see entire city blocks. Gone, just disappeared, like someone took a great eraser to the world. The streets that once led to bustling marketplaces, to families walking home, are now yawning chasms. Buildings once proud and unyielding are tilting. Cars that were stopped at traffic lights are frozen mid-collapse, some hanging over empty gaps in the street, others vanishing entirely into the earth. It's not just the buildings that are gone. People are disappearing too. Some trying to run, others trapped in their cars, their feet slipping as the ground beneath them shifts. And the worst part, the pulse. I didn't want to believe it at first, but now I feel it beneath me. It's like the ground has a heartbeat. At first, just a faint tremor, a light shake, like someone was walking on the other side of the wall. But it's more than that. I can feel it now, like a low vibration, a hum that gets deeper with every passing second. The ground, it's alive, I'm aware, it's patient, I'm hungry. I don't know how to explain this, but it feels like the earth itself is watching us, testing us, measuring our every move. It's not an earthquake, it's not a tremor. This is something else. Emergency services are scrambling. They've mobilized everything they've got, but it's no use. Roads are collapsing faster than they can respond. Bridges that once spanned rivers and highways are now twisted wrecks hanging in mid-air. You can't even get to the disaster zones. And yet, we keep going. People are trying to leave, trying to get out of the cities, but the ground is taking faster than they can run. The earth is swallowing whole neighborhoods, entire streets, in seconds, and no one knows why. I'm here, trying to make sense of it all, but I can't. This is beyond anything we've ever prepared for. The earth itself is shaking, pulsating, as if it's alive, as if it's aware of us. And we don't even know why. The panic didn't come slowly. It erupted all at once, like a dam breaking open. One moment people were carrying on with their lives, going to work, running errands, chatting with neighbors, and the next the streets were swallowing everything whole. It wasn't gradual, it wasn't something that crept in, it was sudden, violent, and unstoppable. The first responders couldn't get to the disaster zones. The roads, the very roads they needed to get through, had already begun to devour themselves. Where there had been pavement, now there were nothing but jagged, yawning gaps that swallowed everything in their path. No warning, no time to prepare. I watched from the high-rise as the city I've known my whole life began to disappear. Streets that had been full of people, bustling with cars, with life, now lay twisted and mangled, as if some invisible force had reached up from the earth itself and decided it was time to reshape it all. Buildings that had withstood wars, fires, and earthquakes, now tilting, crumbling, falling apart. It was like watching the end of the world in real time. the most haunting part. The way it happened. No warning, no rumble, no tremor. Just silence. Then a crack. And then the ground folded like a piece of paper, pulling everything in its path into the depths. The weight of 1,000 tons of concrete and steel crashing into the earth, swallowed whole, as if they had never been there at all. I saw cars freeze in mid-motion, teetering over the edge of broken streets. One man, trapped in his car, stared at me from across the street. His eyes were wide with terror. I could hear his voice, muffled by the chaos, screaming for help. But there was no one to help him. No one could get to him. The ground had already made sure of that. The roads were gone, and with them, any hope of rescue. People were running, panicked, trying to flee the city as it crumbled around them. But the earth wasn't done yet. It wasn't just swallowing the streets, it was anticipating them. The ground seemed to move with them, shifting in time with their steps, pulling them in. The more they ran, the more the earth responded, as if feeding off their fear, their desperation. It was like the land was watching, calculating, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And it wasn't slowing down. One woman ran past me, her face pale, her breath coming in ragged gasps. She was clutching a small child in her arms, her eyes wild with fear. She stumbled on the uneven ground and looked back. I don't think she even realized it, but the ground shifted with her. It seemed to tilt under her feet, almost as if it was trying to pull her into the void. She managed to keep her balance, but just barely. I could see the terror in her eyes as she realized what was happening. She wasn't running to safety. She was running from something far worse. And then there was the pulse. At first I thought I imagined it. A slight hum under my feet, a vibration that felt more like a whisper than a tremor. But now it's undeniable, it's real. The earth is alive. It's breathing, it's watching, and it's hungry. With every second that passes I can feel it deeper in my bones. It's a rhythm, slow at first, but growing, pulsing stronger with every moment, like the heart of the world itself beating in time with human fear. It's impossible to describe. It's not like an earthquake or a tremor or a storm. No, this is different. The earth is shifting in a way that feels intentional. The ground below my feet doesn't just feel like it's reacting to what's happening above it. It feels like it's orchestrating it, like it's the one in control. The buildings are not just falling because of the cracks. The earth is pulling them down. I watched a high-rise in the distance, a building that had been perfectly intact just hours before, now tilted at an impossible angle, as if it were being guided by invisible hands. And then it started to break apart. The walls buckled, the glass shattered, and the entire structure came down in slow motion. It wasn't an explosion, but it wasn't a collapse either. It was as if the earth had decided that building had no place in this world anymore, and so it was erased. I watched the city, the heart of everything I knew, being swallowed whole. There were no cries of triumph, no applause, no fanfare. Just the soft, sickening rumble of destruction. The hum of the earth. And the pulse. It grew louder, stronger, more insistent. It was as though the ground was feeding off the chaos, feeding off the panic, drinking in the fear of everyone still running for their lives. I'm not sure how much time has passed. The light outside is fading. The sun setting on a city that no longer exists. What was once solid, predictable, is now a jumbled mess of broken concrete, twisted steel, and dust. And the earth is still moving, still shifting, still devouring, still pulling. The rescue teams, once confident in their ability to save lives, are now just as helpless as the people they came to help. The helicopters that were meant to fly in and bring people to safety now hover above nothing. Where there had once been streets, now there are only gaps, open wounds in the earth that seem to stretch on forever. The ground isn't just reacting to us anymore, it's mocking us. People have started to panic even more now. I hear sirens in the distance, though I know they won't get to anyone. I hear voices shouting, some from nearby, others from miles away. I can hear their desperation, their helplessness, but there's nothing anyone can do. The earth is faster than we are, and I'm starting to wonder, is this really just the earth? What if this isn't some natural disaster? What if it's something else? What if the land has turned on us? What if this is something alive? Because right now, I don't think we're dealing with something we can understand. The earth is moving faster than we can comprehend. It's watching us, it's waiting, and it's not going to stop. I can't keep up with it anymore. The city that was once a place of life, of routine, of safety, now it's just a memory, a handful of broken streets, disappearing buildings and shattered lives. The panic is growing by the second. People are screaming, running in every direction, trying to find some safe haven. But there is no safety. Not anymore. The ground beneath us is a living thing now, one that feeds on fear, that thrives in chaos. It reacts to us, to our every movement, to our every panic-stricken step. I've never seen anything like this. Never felt this kind of terror before. This is not an earthquake. This is not some random disaster. This is something else. I watched a family just moments ago trying to escape their home. A father, his arms full of his children, trying to get to higher ground. But as he ran, the ground beneath him buckled, the street split open, right at his feet, and just like that the earth swallowed them whole. I don't know if they're still alive. The hole was too deep, too sudden, too violent. It was like the ground reached up, grabbed them and pulled them down with no hesitation. Just like everything else. There's no time to mourn, no time to think about the people who've already been lost. We're all just trying to survive now, but how do you survive when the very thing you stand on is trying to kill you? It's like the earth has turned against us. It's like it's judging us, deciding who will live and who will be erased. I saw people running for their lives, but it didn't matter. The ground moved faster than they could. It was like it knew where they were going, anticipating their every step. Streets would collapse in front of them, blocking their escape, forcing them into even more danger. Buildings tilted, ready to topple, but the earth would shift, guiding them to just the right spot to swallow them whole. It felt planned. It didn't feel like random destruction anymore. It felt deliberate. And there's nothing we can do. The emergency services, the rescue teams, they're useless. They can't get in. They can't reach anyone. The roads are gone. The bridges are gone. And with every minute that passes, the ground takes more. More lives, more homes, more cities. I am up here in this high rise, watching it all unfold. I'm supposed to be reporting on it, supposed to be helping people understand what's happening, but all I can do is watch. Watch as the earth devours everything. It's like the city is sinking into the earth piece by piece. One moment the skyline is standing tall, and the next it's just gone. A few twisted remains, a few jagged edges, and then nothing. The worst part is the silence. In between the destruction, the earth is silent. There's no warning, no rumbling, no crashing, just an instant shift, and then a building, a street, a life, gone. It's like the world is crumbling into nothing, and we can't do a thing to stop it. I've been trying to track the pattern, trying to make sense of it. The cracks in the earth don't follow any logic, any pattern we can understand. They're not following fault lines. They don't match up with anything we've seen before. They're random, unpredictable, and yet there's a rhythm to them. It's like the earth is listening to us, to our movements, to our fear. Every time we try to leave, every time we panic, the earth responds, pushing us back, swallowing what it can. It's like it's feeding on us. The news is showing the same thing everywhere. Cities are falling, streets are disappearing, whole neighborhoods are being devoured, and no one can stop it. The military's been called in, but they're just as helpless as the rest of us. They can't stop this. No one can. And then the realization hit me. This isn't just happening here, it's everywhere. People in other cities are reporting the same thing. In the east, in the west, in the north and south. The ground is moving, the earth is alive, and it's hungry. It's not just one city. It's not just one country. This is global. This isn't a localized disaster. This is something much, much bigger. Something that's spreading across the planet, like some kind of disease, but one that has no cure. It's not a virus. It's not an infection. It's the earth itself shifting and consuming. And then the worst part of all, the pulse. The more I think about it, the more I realize it's not just a random vibration. It's something more. It's a warning, maybe, or a signal. I'm not sure. But it's growing, stronger, louder, every minute, every second. It's like the earth is preparing for something else, something worse, something bigger than what we've already seen. I don't know how much time we have left. The ground is moving too fast. It's swallowing cities, it's swallowing people, it's swallowing everything. And it's not stopping. It's only getting worse. I've been trying to warn you, trying to tell you what I see, but I'm afraid we're running out of time. I don't know if anyone will be left to hear this broadcast. I don't know if anyone will survive this. But if you are out there, if you are listening, please don't wait. Don't think you're safe just because you're not seeing the destruction yet. It's coming. It's coming for all of us. The impossible is happening. It's happening right now, all around us. I don't even know how to describe it anymore. There are no words left for what I'm seeing, for what we're all seeing. I thought I'd seen the worst of it. I thought the earth's violent swallowing of cities, the sudden disappearances of whole blocks, was as bad as it could get. But it's not. It's worse. What I'm witnessing now is beyond comprehension. The ground is no longer just collapsing. It's reshaping itself. It's forming new landscapes, new worlds, and there's no logic to it. The streets are not just disappearing anymore, they're warping. The earth is twisting itself into something unrecognizable. I saw a street that had once been a familiar bustling avenue, a place where families walked, where people greeted each other in the morning, fold in on itself. I'm not talking about cracks or crumbles, I'm talking about the road itself bending like the earth was reaching up, wrapping its fingers around the pavement and pulling it into itself, twisting it into spirals, creating vast chasms of impossible geometry. It's like the earth is trying to create a new landscape, something entirely foreign to the one we know. Streets that once led to the heart of the city are now leading to nowhere. Entire neighborhoods are being distorted, reshaped into jagged cliffs, deep valleys and endless voids. The worst part is, it's all happening in real time. I can see it happen before my eyes. I watched as a skyscraper, one of the tallest in the city, tilted, not just from the collapse of the street beneath it, but as if it were being pushed from below, guided into the earth. It didn't fall. No, it was drawn down, slowly, methodically, like the earth was swallowing it whole, piece by piece. The building didn't crash, it just vanished. And it's not just here, it's happening everywhere. The ground is moving in ways it never has before. No fault line, no tectonic explanation, no natural event could cause this. The earth is no longer a solid, stable mass. It's become something else, something alive. I've been watching, trying to find patterns, trying to make sense of what's happening, but I can't. There is no pattern, there is no logic. The cracks, the shifts, the swallows, it's all unpredictable. No one knows where it will strike next. No one knows what will disappear next. But what I can tell you is this: it's not stopping, it's growing, it's spreading, and it's getting more violent. The pulse has changed. It's no longer a subtle vibration under my feet. It's a roar now, a deep, thunderous hum that vibrates through everything. It feels like the ground is alive beneath me, like it's breathing, shifting, waiting. The more I think about it, the more I'm convinced the earth has become sentient. It's aware of us, of our movements, of our panic. It's not just reacting to us, it's responding to us. And the strange part is, it seems to anticipate us, as if it can see our next move before we make it. It's like a chess game, but we're not the ones making the moves, the earth is. I watched a group of people try to escape, running from the destruction, trying to find higher ground, but the earth wasn't having it. As they ran, the streets behind them started to buckle. They were trapped. There was nowhere to go. The ground moved with them, surrounding them, cutting off every escape. It's like the earth knows where we want to go, and it's already waiting for us there. I can't help but think that this is no accident, that this is not random. The earth is consuming us, yes, but it's doing so methodically. It's not just erasing us, it's testing us, watching us, learning from us, like the fear, the panic, the desperation. It's all feeding the earth like fuel to a fire. The more we run, the more it chases us. The more we scream, the more it swallows. I've heard stories from people trapped in buildings, in underground bunkers, even from those who thought they were safe in their cars. They say the ground moves under them, as if it's listening, reacting to their every step. One man, caught in a subway station, said the earth was shifting so violently it felt like the walls were breathing. He said it was like the entire station had become alive, pulsating with every heartbeat of the earth. It's hard to know what's real anymore. The lines between reality and nightmare are blurring. The ground doesn't just collapse now, it twists. It shapes, it morphs into things we don't recognize. Familiar landmarks are disappearing, replaced by jagged cliffs and craters that lead to nowhere. The city I knew is no longer there. It's being replaced by something else, something alien. And yet, through all of this, we continue to fight. We continue to survive. There's no choice. We can't stop it, we can't control it. But we can still run, we can still try to escape, even if we know the ground is always one step ahead, even if we know it's waiting for us just around the corner. But how long can we keep running? How long can we survive when the very ground beneath us is alive, is watching, and is hungry? I've been trying to make sense of it all, trying to connect the dots between the chaos. But it's hard. It's hard because nothing makes sense anymore. There are no patterns we can rely on, no logic to the destruction. The earth isn't acting like a machine with a purpose. It's acting like a living thing, with its own whims, its own desires. And I think that's what makes it so terrifying. Every time I think I've figured it out, every time I think I've seen the pattern, the rhythm of destruction, the earth changes the rules. It's unpredictable. It's not following any geological logic, no fault lines, no magma chambers, no tectonic plates. None of it matters anymore. The earth is doing this on its own, in ways that shouldn't be possible. I've seen entire blocks of the city vanish. And I mean vanish. 1 minute there's a street, there's a row of houses, there's a family getting ready for dinner, and then nothing. Just an empty void, as if the earth decided that particular place wasn't worthy anymore. And it's not just the city, it's everywhere. People in other towns, in other countries, are reporting the same thing. It's spreading. The ground is moving across the entire globe, devouring everything in its path. But here's what I'm starting to realize. The earth isn't just destroyed for the sake of destruction. It's not random. It's doing this for a reason. I don't know what that reason is yet. but there's a pattern, I can feel it. The way the ground shifts, the way the cracks appear, the way entire neighborhoods are swallowed. It's too deliberate to be an accident. This is not some freak event. The earth is consuming, yes, but it's doing it methodically. Every move, every shift, every swallowed block seems like part of a larger design. I can feel it in my bones now. The earth is not just alive, it's calculating, it's thinking, it's testing us. The way the cracks appear, the way entire sections of the city are devoured, they're not happening randomly. The earth is making decisions. It's deciding what goes, what stays, what's worth saving, and what's worth erasing. I've been watching closely, listening to the reports coming in from all over the world. People trapped in collapsed buildings, in underground bunkers, are saying the same thing. The ground is listening. The ground is responding to our movements, to our fear. The earth seems to anticipate us. It reacts to us. The moment we try to flee, it closes in. The moment we try to regroup, it swallows us whole. And it's not just the big cities that are being consumed. It's the small towns, the quiet places, the places that never mattered before. The earth isn't just targeting the obvious places. It's targeting everything. I'm starting to think that it's not just us that the earth is after. It's everything we've built, the cities, the infrastructure, the systems that we've relied on for centuries. The earth is erasing them piece by piece, and I don't think it's finished yet. But there's more. Something even darker, the pulse, the hum, the vibration beneath us. It's changing again. It's no longer a steady rhythm. It's erratic, jagged, like the heartbeat of something dying, or something coming to life. I can't decide. But I know one thing. It's getting stronger, louder. The Earth's pulse is reaching a crescendo, and I don't know how long we can keep up with it. I've heard whispers from those trapped underground, from those trying to survive in the wreckage. They say the pulse isn't just a vibration anymore. It's a sound, a noise, a deep, bone-rattling thrum that fills the air. Some say it's the sound of the earth feeding. Others say it's the sound of the earth awakening. I don't know which one it is. All I know is that the pulse is alive, and it's calling to us. It's like the earth is trying to communicate, but what does it want? What is it trying to say? Is it trying to warn us? Is it trying to send a message? Or is it simply trying to erase us, to destroy everything we've ever built? There's a theory I've heard from one of the last remaining geologists. He says, this could be the Earth's way of rebooting itself, starting over. Maybe the Earth is tired of us, tired of our cities, our technology, our dominance. Maybe the Earth is resetting itself and we're nothing more than an obstacle in its path. I don't know if I believe that, but there's a part of me that wonders if we've reached the point of no return. I keep thinking about what's left, what's still standing. The cities are gone, the streets are gone, the buildings are gone, but I keep hearing people, survivors, asking what now? What happens when everything is gone? What happens when there's nothing left to rebuild? We're all still running, we're all still trying to escape. But the earth isn't giving up. I'm not tired, it's not slowing down, it's only getting worse. The ground isn't just erasing the cities, it's erasing us, and we're not running fast enough. Every time I think I've seen the worst of it, the earth proves me wrong. It's like the ground is constantly shifting, constantly adapting to the chaos we create. It's never been like this. We've never seen anything like this. The earth is alive, and it's teaching us a lesson we can't ignore. I've been watching for days, trying to figure out what's happening, trying to make sense of the madness. The first cracks, the first sudden disappearances, they made sense in the way natural disasters sometimes do. They're unsettling, unpredictable, but they're part of a larger system. Tectonic plates shifting, faults opening, volcanic activity. But this isn't just some freak accident. This is something different. The ground is conscious. It's as if the earth has become aware of us, aware of our every movement. And it's responding to us, not just reacting. No, it's testing us, watching us. I'm sure of it now. It's not just the land shaking. The earth is making decisions, the ground is deciding what stays and what goes, what survives and what's erased. I saw a street that was once full of life, a place where families gathered, where children played. It was gone in the blink of an eye, but it wasn't just gone. The earth didn't just swallow it up. No, the earth reshaped it. The ground split open, and when it closed again, there was no trace of the buildings, no trace of the people. Just nothing. It wasn't like an earthquake or a landslide or even a sinkhole. The earth didn't just collapse in on itself, it reshaped the land as if it were building something new, something different. And it wasn't stopping, and not even for a moment. As I watch, I'm starting to realize that this isn't just about destruction, this isn't just about tearing everything down. The earth is trying to tell us something, it's trying to communicate, and I don't think we're listening. We never have, we never thought we needed to. The earth is tired of us, it's tired of our cities, our buildings, our roads, it's tired of our domination. Maybe it's time for us to stop thinking we're the ones in control, because we're not, we never were. The cracks that appear now aren't just the result of natural forces, they're intentional. I watched a building fall, but it didn't just collapse. It folded like the ground itself was reaching up, pulling it down, deciding that it no longer belonged. And it wasn't just one building, it was every building. The earth was taking what it wanted, deciding what had value and what didn't. I hear the whispers now from survivors still clinging to their lives, from people who've managed to escape the city before the earth could swallow them. They say the pulse is growing stronger. It's no longer just a vibration under our feet, it's a force, a living, breathing force that's taking over the land. The earth is sending a message, and we're not listening. Some say it's a warning to stop, to change our ways before it's too late. Others believe it's the earth fighting back. After centuries of us taking what we want, of us consuming everything in our path, maybe the earth has decided it's had enough. Maybe this is the earth's revenge. But there's something more. The pulse, the vibrations in the ground, they're not random. They're synchronized. They're connected to us. The earth is watching our every move, waiting for us to make the wrong choice. And when we do, it strikes. It erases what's in its path. The geologists I've spoken to, what few are left, they're baffled. They can't explain what's happening. No one can. This isn't tectonic. This isn't some underground magma flow. This isn't a fault line opening. This is something more. And every time we try to make sense of it, every time we think we've figured it out, the earth changes the rules again. I've seen entire neighborhoods disappear. But it's not just the cities that are vanishing. It's entire regions. The earth is devouring everything, and it's not just tearing down what we've built. It's reshaping the world. The land isn't just dying. It's becoming something new, something unrecognizable. But the people, the survivors, they're not giving up. They're still fighting, still running, still searching for a way out. And I can't help but admire that. There's still hope in them. There's still a spark of life, even in the face of annihilation. But I wonder how long that hope will last. How long will we keep running before we realize there's no escaping? The earth is changing the rules, and we're the ones being erased. And still we don't understand why. Is it punishment, a warning, or is it just the earth doing what it's always done? Surviving, adapting, reshaping itself. Maybe it's not about us at all. Maybe the earth is just doing what it's always done, just on a scale we never thought possible. I hear the people out there still shouting, still trying to survive. Some are making it, some are not. The ones who've made it out of the cities are spreading the word. They're telling the world what's happening. And I don't know if it's too late. The earth is alive, I'm aware, and I don't think it's finished with us yet. We've become part of its cycle now. And as much as we may try to run, to survive, to escape, the earth will always be waiting, watching, deciding who stays and who goes. There's no more hiding it. We've reached the point of no return. The cities are gone, the streets are gone, and the earth The earth is still changing, still reshaping itself, still erasing what it no longer needs. But what's left? What's left when the land we've built our lives on has turned against us? The reckoning is here. It's not some abstract idea, some far-off future. It's happening now. And I don't know if we're prepared for it. I don't know if we can ever be prepared for it. The earth is moving faster than we can run. It's like we're caught in its grip, trapped between what we once knew and what we're becoming. Or maybe what we're losing. I've seen it all by now. I've seen the streets collapse, the buildings crumble, the roads twist and buckle, the cities disappear into nothingness. It's all happening so quickly, too quickly. No one can keep up with it. We can't understand it. We can't fight it. We're powerless. And the worst part, it's getting smarter. The ground is evolving, adapting. I swear I can feel it thinking, feel it waiting. Every move we make, every attempt to escape. The earth responds. It watches us, anticipates us, and every time we think we've found a safe place, it shifts beneath us, swallowing the last shred of stability we thought we had. I saw it happen today. A family desperate to get out, to get away from the chaos. They were running down the street, just like everyone else, trying to find a way out. But as they ran, the ground moved with them. The earth seemed to stretch, like it was following them, tracking their every step. No matter how fast they ran, no matter how hard they tried, they couldn't escape. The road cracked open in front of them, right before they could reach the safety of a building. The gap grew wider and wider, pulling them in, swallowing them whole. I couldn't look away. I couldn't do anything. I just watched as they disappeared. Just like that, gone. And then there are the others, the ones who are still running, still trying to survive. They're clinging to the hope that maybe, just maybe, they can outrun the earth. They're trying to stay ahead of it, to find a place where they can rest, where they can breathe. But that hope is fleeting. That hope is dying. And with it so are we. I hear it in their voices when they call in. I hear the fear, the exhaustion. They're losing hope. They're losing everything, and I don't know how to tell them that there is no escape, there's nowhere to run. The earth is everywhere now. It's consuming us from all directions. But what if we're missing something? What if this isn't just about destruction? What if the earth is trying to show us something we've ignored for so long? What if this isn't just a random, senseless disaster? What if it's a message, a warning, a reckoning, just as I said before? I've been thinking about the pattern again. It's not just the cracks, the earthquakes, the sinking streets. It's the timing. It's the way the earth is responding to us. It's watching. It's waiting. Every time we make a move, every time we try to fight back, the earth adjusts, adapts, and strikes back. It's like a test, one that we can't pass. But why? What does it want from us? What does it want to prove? That we're nothing more than ants, crawling on its surface, thinking we're in control, thinking we're the masters of the land. Maybe it's time we learnt that we're not. The earth isn't just erasing cities, it's erasing us. It's showing us how insignificant we are in the grand scheme of things. Our buildings, our infrastructure, our entire way of life. It's all been swept away, washed out like sand in the wind. We thought we were the ones shaping the world. But the earth has always been in charge. It's always been alive. We just never saw it before. The pulse, the hum beneath our feet is louder now, stronger. It's like the earth is waking up, stretching, getting ready for something bigger. And I can't shake the feeling that it's not just about destruction. It's about change. It's about evolution. It's about taking back what was always there, the land, the earth, the world we've taken for granted. Maybe the earth doesn't want to destroy us. Maybe it's simply resetting itself, cleansing itself from the damage we've done over centuries. The pollution, the deforestation, the overdevelopment. Maybe it's the earth's way of saying enough is enough. But what does that mean for us? Where do we go from here? Can we survive? Or is this the end? I hear the survivors calling in, searching for answers. They're scared, they're lost, they don't know where to turn, but I can't give them answers, I can't give them hope. All I can tell them is this: the Earth is alive. And it's not stopping. It's only just beginning. The world is collapsing, and no matter how many times I say it, the words don't seem to carry the weight of what's really happening. We've seen destruction. We've seen the Earth swallow whole neighborhoods, entire cities and buildings. But what I'm witnessing now is something else entirely, something darker, something more final. The Earth has shifted, not just in the way it's been swallowing us, not just in the way the streets crack open like paper, but in a deeper, more insidious way. I can feel it beneath my feet. The land itself is changing. It's no longer just reacting to us, it's deciding what's next. It's deciding who stays and who goes, who survives and who is erased. There are people still out there, still holding on to the hope that maybe, just maybe, they can survive this. They're fleeing, running, searching for a safe haven that no longer exists. But I know, we all know, the truth now. There is no safe haven, there is no escape. I heard from one of the survivors earlier. He was in a group of people trying to make it out of the city before the Earth swallowed it completely. They were climbing over rubble, dodging open chasms, trying to find a way out. But just as they reached what they thought was safety, the ground beneath them trembled, then buckled, and before they knew it, the very road they were standing on collapsed, not in front of them, not behind them, right beneath their feet. It happened so quickly. It was as if the ground had anticipated their escape, had known they were coming. The Earth knew exactly where they would be and when. It wasn't just a random disaster anymore, it was a trap. The Earth had set its course, and no one was going to outrun it. There's no logic to it, no science that explains it, and yet it's happening everywhere. The destruction is systematic. It's happening across entire regions, entire continents. People in places I never thought would be affected, places once considered untouched by such calamities, are watching their world crumble just like we are. And yet, despite all the evidence before us, people are still trying to hold on to the belief that it will stop, that we'll be able to rebuild, that somehow we'll restore the order we once knew, but that order is gone, it's disappeared, and I don't know if we'll ever be able to find it again. What's worse, the pulse, that deep, resonating hum beneath the Earth, is growing stronger, more rhythmic, more like a heartbeat. And the more I think about it, the more I realize it's not just the Earth responding to us, it's the Earth itself doing the responding. The pulse is not random, it's deliberate. It's tied to our every action, every movement, every attempt to flee. The more we run, the more it follows us. The more we try to escape, the tighter it closes in. Some survivors have started to report something even stranger. They say the ground isn't just swallowing them anymore, it's adapting to them. People have reported the Earth forming patterns around them, guiding them into certain areas, leading them to particular spots where it seems like the Earth is waiting. There are whispers that the Earth has chosen its favorites, that some are being spared, and some are being marked for erasure. Is this some kind of sick game? Some twisted form of judgment? Or is this the Earth simply evolving, changing its way of interacting with us? I can't answer that. I don't know. All I know is that every minute that passes, we lose more and more lives, more cities, more history. The very fabric of our civilization is slipping away piece by piece, and we can't seem to stop it. The worst part is the silence. In between the chaos, in between the destruction, the Earth is quiet. The sound of a building crumbling, the screams of those being swallowed, those are moments of noise. But when the Earth shifts, when it moves, there is no sound. No warning. It's just gone. It's like reality itself is fading, being erased, leaving only emptiness behind. It's hard to put it into words, to explain the weight of what's happening. You can't understand it unless you've seen it with your own eyes. The way the streets fold in on themselves, the way buildings bend and break like they were never meant to stand. It's like the ground itself has turned against us, turned into something that we can no longer trust. It's alive, I'm aware. It's feeding on our fear, on our desperation, and we're not winning, we're not surviving. The more I watch, the more I feel it. The ground is not just taking our cities, it's taking us. It's taking our place on this earth, and we're powerless to stop it. I've heard people say that the end is near, that the earth is erasing us, that humanity's time has come. And while I don't know if that's true, I can't deny what's in front of me. The earth is shifting, it's taking, it's changing, and I don't know what's left after that. What happens when the earth decides we've overstayed our welcome? When it finally decides there's no place for us anymore, we're watching the collapse of stability. The ground beneath us is no longer our foundation. It's becoming the force that defines us, that controls us, that dictates who survives and who doesn't. And we're not ready for it. We never were. There's something I've been dreading to admit, something I've been too afraid to say out loud. But I can't hide from it anymore. I can't pretend that what we're facing is just another natural disaster, just another thing we can somehow survive. Because we can't. We're not surviving this. We're witnessing the end. Not the end of a city, not the end of a town, not even the end of a country. No, we're watching the end of everything, the end of a way of life that we thought was unshakable, the end of the world as we knew it. And I don't know how to tell you that it's over, that there's nothing left to hold on to, that the ground itself has turned against us, and there's no escape. The earth isn't just swallowing our cities anymore, it's devouring reality itself, what we once knew as solid, stable. The ground beneath our feet, the streets we walked, the roads we travelled, it's all becoming a distant memory. The earth is reshaping everything, bending the very fabric of what we thought was real. I watched it happen just a few hours ago. A whole section of the city I know so well, a part of it I'd driven through countless times, simply disappeared. I don't mean collapsed or crumbled. No, it vanished, as though it had never been there at all. No debris, no wreckage, not even a trace. Just nothing. It's as if the earth has taken it, swallowed it whole, and left no sign that it ever existed. That entire neighbourhood, the familiar streets, the old cafe, the park I used to walk through with my kids, all of it gone like a bad dream, fading away when you wake up. But this isn't a dream, this is real, and it's happening everywhere, and it's not stopping. It's not slowing down. If anything, it's picking up speed. It feels as if time itself is being erased, warped. What we thought was unmovable, the laws of nature, the way our cities were built, the way we understood the world, it's all slipping away. I don't know how to make sense of it anymore. I don't know how to describe the way the earth is moving, the way the ground shifts beneath my feet like it's alive. Aware of everything we do, it pulses, it breathes, it moves like something far beyond our understanding. And it's not just reacting to us anymore, it's anticipating us, it's outpacing us. Every time we think we've outrun it, every time we think we've figured out where it's going to strike next, it shifts again in ways we can't predict. I can hear the panic in the streets now, the sound of cars screeching to a halt as the ground opens up in front of them. I can hear the sirens wailing, the emergency broadcast trying to keep up, trying to make sense of a world that no longer makes sense. People are running, screaming, but it doesn't matter. The earth is relentless, it's devouring everything. And it's not just the cities, not just the streets, the infrastructure, it's everything, it's us. We're the ones being consumed. I feel it in the air, in the way we're all moving, desperate to escape something we don't even understand. We're not just trying to outrun a disaster, we're trying to outrun the ground itself. But it's everywhere. There's nowhere left to go. We've been conditioned all our lives to believe that the earth is stable, unchanging. We built our cities on that belief. We shaped our lives around the idea that the ground beneath us would always be solid. But the ground is anything but stable now. It's a living, breathing thing, reshaping itself at will. And we are nothing more than ants scurrying over the surface, unaware that the ground beneath us is shifting and splitting, tearing us apart. There's no hiding from it anymore, no place to run. The earth is consuming everything, erasing everything we thought was real. And the worst part is that we don't know why. We don't know what it wants. But it's clear now that we're not in control. We never were. I can feel it in my bones. The pulse beneath the earth growing stronger, faster. It's like the earth is listening to us, reacting to our every move, every word. Every time we panic, every time we try to escape, it adapts, it anticipates, it moves faster than we can run. And now I can't help but wonder, is this the end of us? Are we just the last remnants of something that once was? Is this the earth's way of resetting itself, or is this something else, something less and worse? What happens when the ground we walk on is no longer safe? When everything we thought was unshakable, unmovable, is ripped from under us? What do we have left when everything is consumed, when reality itself is dismantled piece by piece? I don't have the answers. No one does. All I know is that we're living in a moment of reckoning. The earth is showing us its true power, and we are powerless in its face. We've never been in control. We never will be. The earth doesn't care about our plans, our cities, our lives. It's doing what it's always done, reshaping, regenerating, evolving, and we're just caught in the middle, struggling to survive in a world that's slipping through our fingers like sand. And yet there are still survivors, there are still people clinging to hope, trying to find a way out. I hear their voices on the radio, their desperate pleas, their calls for help, but deep down I think we all know the truth. There's no escaping this. The earth has already decided. We've reached the end. What will remain when it's all over? What will be left of the world we knew? Will there be anyone left to remember what once was? The earth will keep moving. It will keep devouring, and we won't be here to see it. We won't be here to witness the final erasure. And all that will remain is the earth. I saw something today. Something that made me stop, made me freeze in place. A building, tall, proud and immovable, once the centerpiece of the skyline. I watched as it folded. I'm not talking about it crumbling or breaking apart, no. It folded in on itself like a piece of paper being crushed by an invisible hand. It sank, not into the ground, but into itself, as though the earth had reached up and claimed it, not as debris, but as part of itself. And as I watched it happen, I realized this isn't just the earth shifting, this is the earth rewriting the rules of reality. It's no longer just about destroying our cities, it's about destroying everything we've built, everything we've relied on, everything we thought was permanent. The things we believed would always stand tall. The monuments to human ambition, the symbols of civilization, power, are now nothing more than fragile constructs waiting to be consumed. The ground beneath us is no longer stable. It's not just moving, it's alive, it's aware, it's reacting to us, to our panic, to our every effort to survive. It pulses with an intelligence we can't fathom, and each time we think we've figured it out, the earth changes the game. It moves faster than we can think, anticipating us before we even make a move. I've seen things today that don't make sense. Streets I've walked on for years, roads I've driven down 1,000 times, just
vanish. One moment they're there, solid and familiar, and the next, they're nothing. The ground shifts, and entire blocks disappear, like they never existed at all. The pavement that once led me home is now a gaping hole in the earth. And the strangest thing, there's no rubble, no broken pieces, just a smooth, empty void where the world used to be. It's not like the earth is just swallowing us up. It's erasing us. It's not just taking our cities, our roads, our buildings. It's taking our history, our identity, everything we've ever known, everything we've ever been. All of it is slipping away like sand running through our fingers. And then I saw the building, the one that folded in on itself. I had no words, no sound came from my mouth as it happened. I just stood there, staring, feeling the pulse of the earth beneath me. The building didn't collapse, it didn't crumble, it didn't explode, it simply folded. As though the earth had decided it was no longer needed, had decided to take it back, to absorb it, to make it part of itself. It was as if the earth itself had become conscious of its own power, aware of its ability to reshape everything, the laws of physics, of gravity, of time. None of it mattered anymore. The earth was rewriting them, reprogramming reality. It was as though the world we knew, the rules that governed us, were nothing more than a series of suggestions. And the earth was deciding which ones to keep and which ones to discard. The more I watch, the more I realize this isn't just the earth shifting. This is the earth rewriting the very fabric of our existence. And we are helpless. We can run, we can scream, we can beg for mercy, but none of it matters. The earth is not concerned with our survival. It is not concerned with our civilization. It is concerned with itself. It is concerned with reshaping the world, with resetting everything to a state we cannot comprehend. I've seen the cracks now, not just in the ground, but in our reality. It's as though we're living in a world where the laws of nature no longer apply. I hear it in the voices of the survivors calling in. They're not just running from the earth anymore. They're running from the very essence of what makes the world real. Time is warping. The rules we've built our lives around by gravity, physics, biology, none of it matters anymore. The earth itself is changing the rules, and we can do nothing to stop it. I don't know how much longer I can keep speaking into this microphone. I don't know how much longer this transmission will last. I don't know how much longer any of us will last, but I do know one thing. The earth is not just taking our cities, it's taking us. It's taking our understanding of reality, and it's tearing it apart. Every time we think we understand it, every time we think we've outrun it, the earth moves again, shifting, reshaping, as though we were never here. I thought we were the masters of our world. I thought we could shape the earth, bend it to our will. But now, the earth is bending us. It's reshaping us. And there's nothing we can do to stop it. We've been trying to survive this, trying to understand it. But all we're really doing is buying time. We're standing on borrowed ground. And the ground is taking everything, taking the buildings, taking the streets, taking our lives, taking our reality. And when it's done, when it's finished with us, what will be left? What will be left to remember? What will be left to rebuild? The earth will keep moving. It will keep reshaping itself, and we will be erased like dust in the wind, like an echo fading in the distance. And all that will remain is the earth. There are still survivors, people clinging to the hope that somehow they can rebuild. I hear them on the radio, their voices shaking with fear, with uncertainty, with the last remnants of hope. They say they'll rebuild, they say they'll survive. But I don't know if they can. I don't know if any of us can. Because the ground isn't just erasing our cities, it's erasing us. And no matter how fast we run, no matter how hard we try to survive, we're being erased along with everything else. The earth is consuming us and it's not stopping. I hear the whispers now, survivors, scattered across what's left of the world, telling stories of the ground acting with purpose, with intention. They say the earth is choosing who to spare, who to leave behind, who to erase. There's no logic to it, there's no pattern. The ground is deciding what survives and what doesn't. And no one knows the criteria, no one knows what the earth is waiting for. It's as though it's deciding the fate of every person, every city, every part of this world. And we're at its mercy, the pulse. It's no longer just a vibration, it's a force, it's a constant presence beneath our feet. A reminder that the earth is still here, still watching. And as it grows stronger, as it gets louder, I can feel it taking more than just the land. It's taking our very sense of reality. What we thought was solid, what we thought we could rely on, is all dissolving. It's becoming something else. And yet, despite all of this, people are still trying to survive. They're still fighting. There's still hope. I can't blame them. I can't blame anyone for holding on to that last thread of belief that somehow they'll make it. But every time they hope, every time they try, the earth moves again, closing in, swallowing another piece of their reality. I don't know what the earth wants, I don't know what it's trying to prove. All I know is that it's not finished with us yet. It's not finished with this world. It's still reshaping, still evolving, still consuming. The ground is not
just swallowing our cities. It's swallowing time itself. It's erasing everything. The past, the present, the future. What's left? What happens when everything we've built is gone? When the cities are no longer there? When the roads no longer lead anywhere? When the buildings we once called home are just rubble beneath our feet? I don't know what's coming next. But I know it won't be anything like what we knew. The earth has become something else. And we're just here, in the middle of it all, waiting to see what it will take from us next. This is it, the final transmission, the end of the line. I don't know how long this broadcast will last, how long this tower will stay up, how long the electricity will cling to its last thread, how long I can keep speaking into this mic before the ground finally swallows me too. But here I am, the last witness. The world outside has fractured. It's no longer recognizable. I've watched entire city blocks, once filled with life, vanish without warning. Streets that I've walked on for years, roads that once took me from one place to another, are gone now, swallowed by the earth like they were nothing. And there's nothing left to fill the space. No rubble, no remnants, just a gaping hole in reality. It feels like the earth has decided it's time to cleanse itself of us, of everything we've built. It's not just taking the cities, the buildings, the roads. It's taking the very idea of stability, the illusion that we had any control over this world. And that's what's terrifying. We've always thought that we were the ones shaping the world, that we were the masters of our destiny. But now the earth is reminding us who's really in charge. I hear the whispers from survivors, the ones still out there, scattered across what's left of the land. They're trying to hold on, trying to convince themselves that maybe, just maybe, they can escape, that they can rebuild. But deep down, I think they know it's hopeless. I think they know, just like I do, that there's nowhere left to go. The earth is everywhere now. It's not just under us. It's surrounding us, closing in from all sides, and it's not slowing down. It's only getting stronger, more purposeful. It's like the land itself is alive, breathing, moving in response to our every action. People still try to outrun it, still try to survive. I hear them on the radio in the last calls that are coming in. Their voices are shaky, filled with fear and desperation, but there's still a flicker of hope in them, a belief that they'll find a way out. But we're not finding a way out anymore. The earth has already decided who stays and who goes. And the rest of us, we're just waiting for the final erasure. Earlier I watched the skyline, or what was left of it. The once proud buildings that defined this city, now broken shells. One of the tallest buildings, 𝗟𝗏𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, the one that used to catch the last rays of the sun at dusk, just folded in on itself. Like paper, it crumpled, sinking into the ground, vanishing as if the earth had simply reached up and decided that it was no longer needed. That building, the one that had been the symbol of stability, of progress, just disappeared. And it wasn't just gone, it was as if it had never existed at all. I've seen that before, but this time it was different. There was no collapse, no explosion, no crack in the earth. It just folded like a piece of paper that had been crushed between two fingers, and when it was gone, there was no debris, no wreckage, just a perfect smooth surface where it had been. It was as if the earth had absorbed it, taken it into itself and left nothing behind. And in that moment I realized, this isn't just destruction, it's something else. The earth is not just erasing our cities, it's erasing reality itself. The ground beneath us is no longer something we walk on. It's something that decides what stays and what goes. It's alive, it's aware, and it's making decisions, and decisions about what it wants to keep and what it wants to consume. But that's not the worst part. The worst part is that we're not in control anymore. We've never been in control. The ground has always been here, beneath our feet, holding us up, supporting us. But now the earth has taken back its power, and we're powerless, helpless. I can feel the pulse beneath me, the rhythm of the earth's heartbeat, stronger than ever before. It's vibrating through my bones, through the very air I breathe. It's like the earth is waking up, but not just waking up from a long sleep. No, it's waking up to its own power. It's realizing that it doesn't need us. It never did. We were just a brief moment in its long existence. And what happens when the earth decides we're done? What happens when it decides there's no place for us anymore? I think we're already seeing it. The earth isn't just consuming the cities. It's consuming time itself. It's erasing the past, the present, and soon the future. What we once knew, what we once believed, it's slipping away. The world as we knew it is becoming a distant memory, like something from a dream that fades when you wake up. But this isn't a dream, it's real, and it's happening, and there are still people out there, still survivors, still holding on to that fragile thread of hope. I can hear them in the calls that come in. They're fighting, they're running, they're still trying to survive. They don't want to accept it, they don't want to believe that there's no way out. But the truth is clear now. The earth is moving faster than we can run. It's closing in, swallowing the cities, the landmarks, the people. One by one, we're being erased, and we're not running fast enough to escape. But the worst part, the part that keeps me awake at night, the earth is still watching. It's still listening. It's not done yet. It's not finished with us. The pulse beneath my feet is growing stronger. And I know deep down that whatever is coming next, it's going to be the final blow. So I sit here, alone, the last witness to this world's collapse. And all I can do is speak into this microphone, hoping that someone, anyone is still out there listening. I don't know how much longer I'll be here. I don't know how much longer I'll be able to keep this transmission going. But as long as I can, I'll keep speaking the truth. We're not in control anymore. The ground has decided, and we are nothing but an afterthought in the Earth's plan. And I'm the last one left to tell you that. But what will you do with this? What can you do? Nothing. The earth is erasing us, and nothing will stop it. Nothing can. Maybe this is how it ends. Maybe it's the end of humanity. Maybe it's the end of everything we knew. But one thing is for sure. We won't be the last to suffer. The earth will keep moving, it will keep shifting, reshaping, and when it's done, when it's finished, there will be nothing left to remember us by. The earth will keep eating, and we won't be here to see it, and all that will remain is the earth.